Watch your punches. But to be able to get the energy from that.
It's two 135 division champions that I would love to fight. You know, but if they got the guts to step in the ring with the businessman, tell them send me a contract.
Oh, better than this. So I keep screaming and he haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who might be afraid?
His name for?
So what do you say to those who...
Kaysan Davis is officially a world champion, and he made sure to follow through with his tradition after the fight by calling out Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Vasyl Lomachenko. Interestingly, Tank Davis had been giving interviews all week and didn't hesitate to take shots at Kaysan Davis once again. Gervonta Davis stirred up some excitement when he boldly said he was reconsidering his decision to retire, which has fueled speculation about a possible showdown between him and Kaysan Davis in the future.
And then don't retire. How realistic is this?
It's real.
Has it changed? Have you been have you had any times like, maybe I was tripping a bit?
Yeah. I do be having them thoughts.
Yeah.
But it's also, too, I want to get my...
Kaysan Davis subtly called out World Boxing Association lightweight champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis and International Boxing Federation title holder Vasyl Lomachenko during his post-fight interview. He confidently said, "Anyone with the guts to step into the ring with me, tell him to come on." Davis continued, mentioning that there are two champions in the 135 lb division he'd love to fight, and if they're ready, they can either send him a contract or he'll send one their way. Known as the businessman, Kaysan Davis certainly lived up to his nickname in his biggest fight yet. Despite being the favorite in his bout against Baronchik, many expected the fight to be his toughest challenge. Davis dominated the entire match and finished it with a body shot knockout in the 4th round to claim his first world championship. He was all business in the ring, treating the seasoned veteran Baronchik like a stepping stone.
Young man, and again, everything else that he's gone through in the past.
Champion attached to your name.
It's everything. I'm a world champ now. They can't say nothing else. I'm 13-0 with 9 knockouts. Stop playing, man. That's more than half.
Motherfucker champion.
Man, I can punch. You hear what I'm saying? I can punch you in your head. I can punch you in the body. You're going.
Davis claimed the world title with a 4th round knockout on Friday night at the theater at Madison Square Garden in New York City. He finished the fight with 2 powerful body shots that left Baronchik, who had a bloodied nose and swollen face, unable to continue, as he took the full 10 count on his knee. From the start of the fight, Davis was in control. He commanded the center of the ring and pushed the smaller Baronchik onto the defensive. Baronchik attempted to make the fight rough and uncomfortable for Davis, but the determined fighter stayed calm, controlling the pace with his jab and landing several right hands to Baronchik's head and torso.
What you saw, though, to get the body shots off? Well,
my coaches, Rendell Johnson, he told me start going down to the body more. And Bud Crawford, he kept telling me, stop letting 1 shot go, let 2 shots go. So I listened to both of them, I put it together.
how's it feel to have champions?
The first knockdown of the fight happened in round 3 when the 25-year-old Davis landed a left hook to the body that dropped Baronchik. This was the first real turning point in the match, showing that Davis wasn't just talking about wanting an early knockout, but was actually going for it. Although Baronchik quickly got back up and didn't appear hurt, it was clear that Davis had taken control of the fight. Going into round 4, Davis continued to dominate. He ended the round with a powerful series of punches as Baronchik's face began to show the damage from Davis's steady attack, with visible bruising on his cheeks and blood flowing from his nose.
And Keon, but he's been in there with his brother, so nice right hand there from Keon.
He figured out by the 3rd, and how'd you get the left hook to the body in?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It was one of those rounds his nose started bleeding. I think it was the 2nd. Once I seen that, I'm like, yeah, it's any time now, And it was, 2 rounds after that, 4th round, got him up out of there.
Baronchik appeared unsteady and outmatched by Davis, so it wasn't surprising when Davis landed another powerful left hook to the body in round 4. This time, the punch had a much greater impact, and Baronchik ended up kneeling down, unable to continue. The referee, Harvey Dock, counted to 10 at the 145 mark, declaring Davis the winner. With the victory, Kaysan Davis from Norfolk, Virginia, became a world title holder just shy of his 4th anniversary as a professional. After handling this challenge, Davis was ready to turn his attention to his next big goals: a showdown with Gervonta "Tank" Davis and a potential fight against another Ukrainian, Vasyl Lomachenko.
Fight night just be amazing, man. It's always a movie.
Kaysan, by the 3rd round, you were smiling out at your family ringside. Did you have him completely fit?
Davis came into the fight with extra motivation after accusing Baronchik of having bananas and a watermelon sent to his hotel room in what he described as a racist act. Baronchik and his team argued that Davis was just looking for something to hype himself up for the fight. Davis promised to deliver an early knockout, and he lived up to that promise in less than 1 round. In the 4th round, another left hand to the body sent Baronchik to the canvas. He stayed down on one knee, and the referee counted him out at the 145 mark. The final flurry wasn't anything flashy, but it was enough to leave Baronchik either unable to get up or choosing not to rise, making Davis the first fighter to not only beat, but stop Baronchik.
He's nice, man. He's taking his time, setting up his attack.
Man, it was a crazy event, man, electrifying event. It just feel like every single time I fight, man, it's just so energetic, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I be having the best build-ups.
It was an incredible feeling, Davis said after his win. I knew I had to knock him out. From the start, it was clear that Davis wasn't intimidated by Baronchik from Ukraine. The 36-year-old Baronchik had risen to world champion status through a successful career, which included an Olympic silver medal, a feat he shared with Davis. He also made a name for himself by defeating three-division world champion Emmanuel Navarrete to win a vacant title. Baronchik's biggest strength was his unorthodox and awkward fighting style. However, Davis didn't rush in recklessly. Instead, he patiently stalked his opponent, waiting for his chance, and landed a right uppercut counter late in the first round.
I want any big name. I want all the names that y'all know that are names. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care who it is. I feel like at this point, I made a big enough name for myself to get somebody in there that's recognizable. It's going to be a big fight. You know, people want to see the businessman fight at the...
Baronchik, who appeared much smaller than Davis, switched to a southpaw stance in the second round, trying to find a way to compete. However, Davis was unfazed, landing counter hooks and straight right hands. Despite the relatively slow pace in the first two rounds, Baronchik's face was already showing signs of swelling. Davis, who won a silver medal at the 2020-2021 Olympics, scored the first knockdown of the fight in the third round when a left hook to the body sent Baronchik to the canvas. As the fight went on, Davis's power started to play a bigger role, with his powerful punches landing clean and causing blood to flow from Baronchik's nose.
From Kaysan Davis. 6. Nice feint right there.
Yo, Key.
Thank you, man.
My guy, Key.
I know what time it is.
I've never had issues with awkward fighters, Davis explained. The only thing that gave me some trouble was how he kept jumping in and out. He was quicker than I thought, but as the rounds went on, I got more comfortable. In a lightweight division filled with familiar faces and rising talent, Davis now holds a title that many will likely want to challenge. He's ready for that, saying he's willing to fight anyone who has the courage to step into the ring with him. With this victory, Davis becomes the second member of the 2020-2021 U.S. Olympic boxing team to win a world title, following O'Shea Jones' IBF junior middleweight title win last November.
Hey! They was talking crazy, but you fixed that.
It was a Valentine's Day to remember for Kaysan Davis. The New York native knocked out Danny Baronchik in the fourth round to claim the WBO lightweight title in front of a packed crowd at Madison Square Garden's theater on Friday night. The fight week had been intense, with Davis accusing Baronchik's team of sending a racist package to his hotel room. Despite the drama, the fight itself was relatively easy for Davis. 25, Baronchik was never really in the contest, whether it was due to Davis's size advantage or his superior skill.
And downstairs, coming around that high guard. And again, distance.
I would prefer Tank Davis, the top guy. I would go for the top guy. If I could choose, I would choose Tank Davis. I would not Tank short it out. Tank is a great fighter. Hats off to Tank. I'm not even about to just do all that.
After securing his spot as the mandatory challenger for the World Boxing Organization title against champion Baronchik, Kaysan made a huge statement with a second-round knockout victory over Gustavo Daniel Lamos. Following the win, he called out Gervonta Tank Davis. Davis was, of course, the first name on his mind, but Kaysan didn't stop there. He also shouted, "Hey, Gervonta, knock knock." It's a fight that has been building up for quite some time, with the two lightweight stars throwing jabs at each other on social media. There's clear tension between them, and it's no secret they don't get along.
Tank is a great fighter, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that he got the power, he got the skill and ability, he's patient, you know what I'm saying? But I know who I am. That little short can't touch me. And
Kaysan Davis has explained why he won't fight Shakur Stevenson, stating that it's a deeper issue. His trainer, Brian B.A.C. McIntyre, has done a great job promoting the fight and is extremely confident that Kaysan is the fighter who will finally beat the WBA lightweight champion. Kaysan believes that Kaysan's style is the perfect match for Davis and expects the 25-year-old puncher to deliver a similar performance to what Terrence Crawford did to Errol Spence in July 2023, when Crawford won the undisputed welterweight crown. Kaysan fully agrees with Bacon's comparison. Exactly how he said it, "I see myself giving Tank the same beating that Terrence gave Errol," Kaysan told Sport when reminded of Bacon's prediction. "I feel like Tank's style is perfect for mine. I'm young, and I don't think the fight will go the full 12 rounds, but I'm ready to go the distance if it comes to that."
Now doubling up the jab, closing the range.
Kaysan confidently stated, "I'm smarter than him, both inside and outside the ring. I'm just simply smarter. The only thing people always talk about is his one-punch power. Sure, he's knocked out fighters with one punch, but I have that power too. The difference is, he's done it multiple times, while I haven't had enough chances to show what I can really do yet. I've only had 12 fights, and I've been at an elite level for just 3 of them. This fight against Baronchik will be my 4th. There's still a lot that hasn't been seen from me. Trust me, I'm better than what I've shown so far." Kaysan also mentioned that he sparred with Davis twice during his amateur days, which only strengthened his belief in his abilities.
Stop mentioning other people when I mention your fight. What are you talking about, boy? Like, don't play with me, bro. Y'all know how I'm coming. Tank, if you wanna fight, send me a contract, bro.
Kaysan explained that when he sparred with Davis, he wasn't thinking about fighting him. The first time I sparred him, I was 16, and the second time I was 21, just before going to the Olympics. I thought to myself, okay, I just went toe-to-toe with one of the best pros, and I have what it takes to go pro and be dominant. Those sparring sessions were competitive. I've always been talented, even as an amateur. People would say, "You have to spar with Kaysan." I didn't just turn pro and become well-known. I had the talent and recognition long before I made the Olympic team. I've always had it in me, and I've always been able to fight.
See the right hand behind it yet. Constantly switching stance.
When Light Skin posted those messages about me sparring, I was really looking at it like, okay, so what? That I DM'd you since when?
Before Kaysan can step into a unification fight with Davis, he must first face Baronchik on Friday night. On paper, this is by far Kaysan's toughest challenge yet. However, the rapidly rising American boxer believes he will pass this test with ease. "I'm expecting someone who will give it their all," he said. But when he loses this fight, and however he loses, he knows it will be the end for him.
Since when y'all take sparring into consideration of what was his point in even doing that? Like, what was he trying to get with it? That I'm trying to ride his coat?
At 36 years old, his age is definitely a factor, but it's also about how badly I plan to beat him. He'll do everything he can to make the fight competitive, coming out strong to make it as tough as possible for me. But in the end, it's not going to work for him. Meanwhile, while Gervonta "Tank" Davis is preparing to defend his black and gold title on March 1st against World Boxing Association super featherweight champion Lamont Roach in Brooklyn, he recently made a surprising announcement.
Is what Dennis Baranchik does, and he'll do it in real time.
What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
Kaysan looking way more better than.
There are some major fights ahead for Davis at 140 pounds, including unification matches with Lomachenko and Shakur Stevenson. However, Davis's recent announcement that he plans to retire from boxing this year makes it less likely that fans will see those bouts before his career ends. Despite this, in a recent podcast with rapper Lil Yachty, Davis shared that he's more inclined to take a break from boxing rather than quit for good. "I've been thinking about changing my mind," he told the Safe Place podcast, expressing some doubts about retirement. "I want to get myself together, really focus on getting myself right."
Together, though. Which is much more important.
Yeah, I really want to get myself together, like, not retire, but take a break, but the only thing is, well, I ain't gonna lie.
Davis has made it clear that he's not planning to retire just yet, but he does need a break. He mentioned that he had already promised Al Heyman that he'd step away to focus on personal growth. He wants to be more present for his kids, improve himself as a person, and work on other areas of his life. His recent comments at the press conference for his upcoming fight with Roach left fans shocked. Davis told reporters, "After next year, I'm out of the sport. I'm done. I don't care about the belts or any of that. I'm fed up with it. This is garbage. I'm over it."
Stances is what Dennis Baranchik does, and he'll do it.
I done already made a promise. To Al, like, we out of it type of thing. But it's like, I can stick around and I will help people and guide people.
Davis has expressed frustration with the sport, saying he's more focused on making money and stepping out of the spotlight. With kids of his own, including a newborn son, he no longer wants to keep fighting and taking punches. Instead, he plans to build his real estate portfolio and live a quieter life. Despite his success, Davis has faced criticism from boxing insiders for having a thin record. His most notable win, a victory over Ryan Garcia, is still questioned by some due to a rehydration clause in Garcia's contract, leaving a bit of controversy around that result.
But as far as like me competing, I don't really want to do. It's like other stuff I need to work on, you know, like being more there for my kids, going to school, you know, just building myself.
Davis has yet to unify his titles with an active world champion. Meanwhile, the 15-year-old British boxer, faster than many expected, is already breaking records. Tank, who has won world titles in both super featherweight and lightweight divisions, will need to challenge himself against the best in the sport if he wants to secure his legacy as one of the all-time greats.
The more technical fighter right out the gate is Kaysan right there. Sharp.
That I'm trying to ride his coattail, like, bro, I don't need you. I don't have to fight you. I'm making real. I don't need you, bro. If you want to fight me, send me a contract, but
Sean was recently on the All the Smoke podcast where he was asked what made him so confident in calling out Tank and how he planned to overcome the challenge. With confidence, he replied, "I've already been in the ring with Tank twice, training him because he's the best. I'm calling him out because I know I can beat him. I feel like I'm going to earn all my respect when I knock Tank out. This fight won't go the distance. I'm knocking him out. I've got that one-punch power. Stop playing with me. People might say I'm cocky or just a kid, but okay, I'm a great fighter too. Tank's good, but I'm good too. The question is, what do I bring to the table that he doesn't? That's basically my game plan."
I'm gonna be just as popular fighting you or not fighting you. I'm gonna make my money fighting you or not fighting you. So don't get it twisted.
Kaysan Davis has spoken about the possibility of Tank retiring before they get the chance to face each other in the ring. Tank has said he plans to retire at the end of this year, and Kaysan mentioned that he would accept missing out on the fight if that's the case. However, he added, "Just send me the contract if you're not retiring. If you do retire, then enjoy your retirement and I won't bother you anymore. But until then, I'm coming for you. You said you were going to smack me, so I'm still waiting to see you back those words up." Davis is set for a big challenge on Valentine's Day when he faces World Boxing Organization lightweight champion Dennis Baronchik, marking just his 12th fight. His promoter, Bob Arum, is confident that big things are ahead for Davis, as he shared with Boxing News.
Baronchik right now is again, he's a bit of a slow starter as well. You know,
Like, I'm chasing after you. I'm not chasing you. Little dude, little dwarf, Oopa Loopa, little light-skinned dude.
I told the kid himself that if he keeps improving the way he has been, he'll become the face of boxing. He reminds me a lot of Sugar Ray Leonard, who was the face of boxing in his prime. Winning the belt on February 14th will be a huge step toward a future fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, who is defending his World Boxing Association title against Lamont Roach. If both Tank Davis and Kaysan Davis win their upcoming bouts, a unification fight between them could be on the horizon.
Chasing you. I'm not chasing you. Tiafimo is running from me. I'm not chasing you, Tiafimo. Who else? I'm not trying to fight Shakur, so stop mentioning that. Like,
if their fight were to happen, Gervonta Davis would be the first truly elite opponent Kaysan faces. While no one can deny that Kaysan is a rising star, he's determined to show it in the ring, especially at New York's Madison Square Garden. On the other hand, Davis, who has remained silent, hasn't made any comments, perhaps because he's focused on his farewell year in boxing, as he's stated multiple times. Davis's stance was further solidified by McIntyre, and despite having an online feud with Crawford earlier, Tank has promised to knock out the super welterweight champion. For all the latest updates, moments, and events in the boxing world, make sure to stay connected by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Until next time, peace out.